All right, guys, we are flying with this short video series. What have we done so far? Well, the goal is to make an automata with 2 cams. Let's see what we've done so far. We've created a subassembly for a box. We've created a subassembly for our camshaft and our handle. And then now what we need to do is our followers and guides. So I'm going to click on that plus icon. We're going to do another assembly, create new here, and we're going to then pull in those parts. So I'm going to find our follower, click OK, and our guide, click OK. Everything looks good here so far. Couple things in consideration is, well, if you're going to do your automata, you might need to change your follower links. So this is where a little bit of creativity in your design intent comes from. Also, you might need different links per cam. So you might need to make multiples of these if you need to. When I look at this, I was like, oh, these 2 pieces are in their correct spot. But my follower doesn't move, but my guide does. Well, as a reminder, the first piece you pull in is going to be grounded. So we're going to unground that because I want that to move, right? And I'm actually going to ground my guide. And hey, there we go. Looks a little bit better. Look in here. This relationship is going to be a slider. And we can do something we haven't really done before, and that's that as-built joint. So as this is built, these 2 pieces are in their correct space. So I'm going to click on my follower and my guide, and it's going to be a slider. And where is that motion going to be through? I'm going to select on the edge of the circle because it'll snap through the center of that guide. Hey, it looks pretty good. If those steps are a little wonky for you, you could do a joint like you normally done for a slider, but our guide and follower is definitely done. So let's pull those in. So I'm going to come over here where my sub-assemblies, where I would find them at. Guide and follower for the one we just made. We need 2 copies of those, right, guys? There's 1. Click OK. And then 2. Click OK. Looks great. Next thing we need to do is we need to throw in some joints and finish up our sub-assembly here, guys. So we're going to take this guide and follower sub-assembly. I'm going to hover on down below. Find that either one of these circles would work well, as long as when I hover over it, that glyph snaps to the center. So I'm going to hover over either one of these edges here. Make sure that glyph is in the center. That one's pointing up now. So I can come over here. That looks pretty good as far as alignment goes, but clearly we want that to be a rigid, right? We want it to not move. Click OK. There we go. Hey, look at that. We are cooking with grease, folks. Do one more joint here. We're going to click on that inside edge of that guide to this outside edge here. And wouldn't you know, folks, we have some follower guides installed. Now our rods, our followers, are not touching yet, and that's okay. We just want to make sure that the motion is working correctly and as expected. Looks good. The last thing we need to do here is a relationship, and so it's going to do a tangent relationship. You will get some new pop-ups here going on where constrained components is a new idea implemented in Fusion, but it's based on some old school techniques of looking at how to constrain components. Use things like mate, mate, flush, or flush, mate, mate, some things like that, looking at the inventor and other worlds. We're just say, hey, don't show me again, constrain the components, and then we're going to use our tangent relationship like we've done before. You will have some other ones in here, other types, but we're going to go in tangent like we've done before. Click on the bottom of our follower, I'm going to click on the face of that hex cam, then click OK. Before I do my other cam, I want to make sure this one works. Looks great. Go under here as tangent relationship. Click on that face of that follower rod and the face of that cam. Click OK. And ladies and gentlemen, there you go. We've now officially made it to our sub-assembly. When it comes to creating your toppers and things like that, putting some flare onto it, we're going to save that for a later video series. But here's what we have so far. We actually have 3 sub-assemblies. We have the box, the camshaft, and our guides and followers. We technically used it twice, so we have 2 copies. Inside of those, you have individual components or parts. So this is using that assembly design to finish up your automata. What we're going to move on from here is how do we create our toppers? Using some decals and some other things like that. We're going to save that for the next video. And I'll see you guys here soon.